Now, I want to talk about this because it seems like people that commit crimes do wrong, and they seem so, so strong in their convictions, and they feel like, I'm tough and I'm bad. But then when it's time for them to be held accountable, some of them run like cowards. Now, Belarus is a city in Europe. It's over there in Europe, and is over there in Europe, this Belarus. And so they granted refugee status to a Capitol rioter defendant. His name is Evan Neumann, and according to the Belarusian state-run media, which circulated a photo of him apparently holding country documents. U.S. citizen Evan Neumann received refugee status in Belarus. The document was handed to him in the Department of Citizenship and Migration of the Internal Affairs Directorate of the Brest Regional Executive Committee on March 22nd, 2022. The Belarusian Telegraph Agency reported on Twitter. This was yesterday, March 22nd, 2022. So in an interview with the state-run outlet, he said he had mixed feelings, but thanked Belarus, which took care of me, CNN reported. Well, you have mixed feelings because you've done wrong and you ran from what you did. That is considered a coward act. See, I always say, stand on what you believe in. And if you believe on doing what you do, if it's wrong or right, stand on it. Stand in your convictions and don't be afraid of the consequences. But see, a lot of people talk a big talk and they'll participate in the destructive walk and then they'll run from what they did. And I see this man as a coward because if you stood so strong in your convictions to assault the Capitol, the U.S. Capitol, your butt should be over here accepting accountability and being responsible for your actions. But you ran over to Belarus, over there in Europe, you know, trying to get away from what you've done. But you're going to get it one day. I believe you're going to get it. Sooner or later, you're going to have to come home. And if you don't come home, you never know what, you know what? There are people that, I'll say it like this, there are people that have ran from, things they have done and things did not work out for them very well. And some people still in running, but sooner or later, you know, they convictions that gets the best of them and they have to turn themselves in, even if it's 20 and 30 years later. However, that's not my fight. That's with the American judicial system and Belarus over there, okay? But the whole thing is that you were so strong to do what you did, and now you are a coward to face your consequences. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you're strong enough and that's your conviction, that's what you believe, stand in it. But then be willing to accept the consequences when it happens. And a lot of people, we see, they do it. They do it. But anyway, he says, I am upset to find myself in a situation where I have problems in my own country. Yeah, you do have problems in your own country because you had no business breaking the law. An assault on America capital is an assault on the American people. And we have to follow laws over here. We know a lot of people break them, but you didn't have to do that. You let the best of you get to you, and now you saying you upset because you found yourself in a situation. Yeah, you have problems. You was facing some jail time or some probation. You was facing some judicial litigation situation. Something was going on. But this is what he told the Belarusian state media on Tuesday. According to the network, court records indicate he does not have a lawyer and he has been considered a fugitive. And you all know what that means, a fugitive. So U.S. officials said in December that Neumann had left for the country following 14 charges he received in connection with the January 6, 2021 riot. Now, do you agree that they need to go over there and get him, but because of the laws and they've granted him, refugee status and all of that, but there should be a way that they need to be able to go over there and get, Evan Neumann and to face his charges here in the United States. And Belarus, you should make sure that you should to be working with the U.S. so that he could face those charges. But y'all granted him refugee, you know. So anyway, police and Metropolitan Police, officials allege he assaulted the Capitol Police and Metropolitan Police Department officers with a metal barricade. Wow. And that he did not adhere to orders to leave the Capitol, even staying past 5 p.m. Okay. And so the charges against him include civil disorder, assaulting, resisting, or impeding certain officers, and engaging in physical violence in a restricted building or grounds. Now, you know that he is among hundreds of people. It is a lot of people, hundreds of them, that have already been charged in connection with the Capitol riot. They already been charged, and there's still even hundreds more that are facing, being charged and prosecution for their, participation in the Capitol riot, that sought to stop Congress. And this is all because they wanted to stop Congress from certifying the 2020 presidential election results. Isn't that something? So, this comes after, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which Belarus is seen as complicit. So God bless you all on today with this whole situation here. Sorry that my phone rang, but what I am going to do is read you to the disclaimer, of course, disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And then, like I said, my opinion is not necessarily the opinions of others, but this, again, this is information that's out here. It's basically just news. And so this news is being reported. And the other thing is, you can find this on The Hill. Belarus grants refugee status to Capitol riot defendant if you want to. There's a video, and I won't play the video. A lot of times, they want to strike your channel when you do. But again, apologize for that. My telephone ringing. I did not know that I had forgot to put it on silence. But anyway, you have you got the information in spite of the interruption. But God bless you all again on today. Peace out.